Peace, 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 and welcome to Love Sirya Divine Channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this reading and tuning in. And if you are returning, thank you for your support again. We're going to tap into these messages to see what divine guidance is God the Most High of all, our divine ancestors, our divine spiritual team, our divine guardians and warriors of love, light, peace, and truth want to share with the divine collective on today. Please excuse the voice. I am getting over a cold. Nothing too serious. Typically, with a cold, for me, it's an indicator of a particular release. It's like the physical release comes after a mental and emotional release. So if you too are feeling underneath the weather, just know you're a part of that. You're a part of the collective that is going through a particular purging process, a releasing process, a cleansing process, so to speak, gathering up all of the bacteria, viruses, things that do not belong in the body, and purging it out, right? I do want to provide the disclaimer that I am a vessel of love, light, peace, and truth. Okay? So the messages that I do share on my channel are just divine guidance, pretty much knockbacks, confirmations for you, because you're already receiving these messages intuitively. You're feeling them, sensing them, hearing them, dreaming about them. And I'm just here to articulate them, okay? So if it resonates, you will know. And if it doesn't, do not force it. Simply let it go, okay? I will say that in my meditation or in my preparation, more so, for this reading, I was hearing slow down, but don't look back, okay? Wow. As slow down came, okay? First card that came out, we have the Law of Attraction. Second card, we do have Slow It Down, okay? Third card, we have Changes. Fourth card, we have Intuition, okay? So I was hearing slow down, but don't look back, letting me know that this is going to be a time where you're being called to slow it down, to kind of allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to recharge, allow yourself to process what's happening, okay? Because you've experienced a lot, you are feeling a lot of energy, dealing with a lot of energy, okay? We also have synchronicity coming out here, and then we do have forgiveness coming out, okay? I don't typically do a 6-card spread, but that's what we're doing today, which seems to be in alignment because 6 is the number of balance. 6 is the number of balance, reciprocity, okay? Which is also interesting because we have the first 3 cards, very colorful energy. Last 3 cards, black energy, which is dark energy, which is just letting me know a balance between the inner world and the outer world, okay? We have embrace uncertainty at the bottom of the deck, okay? I'm getting a lot of messages here. Intuitively, I'm trying to slow down to articulate it, but to finish my first thought, slow down, but don't look back, okay? You all are about to experience a major change, a major shift, a whole new reality where everything is going to look completely different, okay? You all are about to move into a new environment, whether that's changing your house completely, like decor, changing it around, or changing homes completely, like moving. You all are about to experience a whole new job whether that's a promotion, whether that's a whole new actual career, a whole new job. Um, some of you all may be experiencing a new relationship, even though I'm not really seeing relationship um, on the table. I do see community. So you all may be um, about to be a part of a brand new community, okay? Whether some of you all are getting into nonprofit work, um, picking up a new hobby where you're going to meet new people, okay? But there's a whole new reality that you all are about to experience that's going to be completely different than what you've experienced before, okay? You're being called to slow it down, but don't look back, because I feel like there are going to be energies that are going to be pulling on you, energies that are going to be knocking at your door, trying to see what it is you got going on, trying to get a piece of what it is that you got going on. So this may be people in the past, relationships from the past, just things from the past that you may have recently let go of, that may be trying to come into your life to cause some type of disruption, some type of interference, some type of distraction that may slow down the process of this change that you are experiencing. So you want to slow down because you want to be able to process and pick up on these energies, because you are attracting a lot of energy right now. The energy that you are currently in right now is a magnetizing energy. It's an enchanting energy where things are naturally coming towards you. Okay. So you can be attracting positive and negative energy. Okay. Because the power is what it is. It does not have a bias. So that's why you're being called to take it slow right now, so that you can be able to control and focus your energy on what it is that you want to attract right now, because the energy is very potent right now, very amplified. Okay. And the energies are typically amplified around this time because of the holiday season. But it's not really the holiday season that amplifies the energy, okay? It is the alignment of the stars. We do have the winter solstice that is coming up about or around the 21st of December. So the winter solstice is a major, major portal, okay, that is coming up, that is going to cause a lot of shift and a lot of energy, okay? And it is a, the energy is manipulated with Christmas being around the winter solstice, as well as preparing for the Gregorian New Year. Okay, so you definitely don't want to fall into the trap of having your energy be siphoned by overly participating in the paganism of what society wants you to focus on. Okay, you want to make sure that you remain focused on the energies that are arising for you in regards to the changes that are happening currently right now. Okay, because what I'm seeing right now is that as the seasons are changing, your internal seasons are changing as well. Okay, where you're moving from this energy of being completely active, of being out and about, of mingling, socializing, creating, collaborating. Okay, we're about to move into this energy of slowing down, of going inward, of processing, of taking inventory, collecting data of the things that you have planted, the things that you have started, the things that you have created previously in the year. Okay. So that when spring comes around, the changes that you were called to implement, the changes that you desire to see will bloom and blossom come springtime, because this is giving the spring energy. Okay. But just because you're being called to slow down right now does not mean do nothing, okay? It does not mean sit on your ass. It's definitely not the case. You just want to make sure that you are preserving your energy. Excuse me. I need some water. Make sure you're preserving your energy, as well as, like I said, taking inventory, processing, preparing. That's what it is. Preparing for the changes that are coming. Okay. Some of you all may be experiencing this change during the winter season, which is totally fine. Follow your process, honor your process. Okay. But through it all, okay, that's what's happening on the surface. Underneath the surface, you all are being divinely guided and are receiving divine guidance, divine messages that you really need to adhere to, which is why you're also being called to slow it down so that you can listen and that you can hear. What I also like about this card is that it has two horses in it. And 2025 is the year of the snake, okay, where there was a lot of shedding, a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go, a lot of changes, okay, that were being made in your life, right? We're moving into the horse year for 2026, which is going to be a year of ambition, a year of new beginnings, a year of action. Okay. So you're definitely being called to slow it down and listen, receive the divine guidance, receive the divine messages that are coming to you at this moment in time as you prepare for this new year. Okay. Because things are aligning in divine timing, things are aligning for you all for things to come into to fruition, for things to come into balance. I feel like you all have been praying a lot, making phone calls to the man above, the woman above, okay? And all of your answers will be forgiven. Not forgiven, I was reading this forgiven cards, but all of your mistakes for sure will be forgiven, but all of your answers, all of your questions will be answered. All of your calls will be answered, okay? Everything that you wanted, everything you've asked for, everything you prayed for will come into fruition in divine timing, okay? Just continue to do the work, continue to listen, continue to be obedient, and make sure that you're operating in this energy of forgiveness, okay? Because as stated, this was the year of releasing, this was the year of letting go. And not only were you releasing and letting go of people, places, and things, you're also being called to release habits, beliefs, patterns, and behaviors of yourself that you had that you may have not noticed previously in this year. This year may have amplified, really brought to light your shadow side, your negative side, your flaws, your mistakes, your weaknesses. And it may have hurt a little bit to realize who you are, to realize your patterns, to realize the things that you do. It may have hurt. It may have been a hard pill to swallow. It may have been something that was a little overwhelming to bear, to witness, okay, when it came to who you are naturally, authentically, right? That you're not all love and light, flowers, blossoms. No, you are still love and light, but love and light does not mean it's pretty. That's what I want to say. Love and light is not always pretty, okay? It can be a little tough. It can be a little hard to face the truth, right? So you want to also make sure that you're operating in this forgiveness where you're forgiving yourself for not knowing, okay? But now that you know, you're going to do better, correct? Forgiving yourself for being oblivious to the things that you were drawn to, being oblivious to the behaviors and patterns that you unconsciously were doing, okay? Unconsciously were participating in, right? But we are definitely about to tap into this tarot. There was a lot of messages here. Um, yeah, we're already 14 minutes into the reading. So let's get some tarot here. Just to dive a little bit deeper, but that was a very lengthy message. There's a lot going on right now, which is why you're being called to slow down and don't look back, because you don't want slowing down can possibly allow energies, people, places, and things to catch up with you, things that you've let go of, things that you've sort of turned your back on. It can cause these energies to catch up with you, okay? But you don't want to look back, meaning you don't want to engage Okay, you don't want to fall for the okie doke, so to speak. Okay, make sure that you are listening to your intuition and you are following divine guidance as you move forward, because you're literally about to embark on a whole new journey. You're literally about to experience a whole new reality. All right, we have the Seven of Wands coming out. It says challenge and courage. That's coming out with this law of attraction. Okay, this is just clarifying what I was saying, that your energy is potent right now. Okay, you're about to experience, you're experiencing a lot of energy. You're attracting a lot of energy. You're also giving a lot of energy. The energies are just potent and powerful right now. Okay, so with the Seven of Wands, you want to make sure that you preserve your energy. Make sure you protect your energy. Uh, don't just be susceptible to anything and anyone. Okay, don't just take anything and anyone. Like, don't be so naive, okay, that you're just accepting anything right now. Okay, it may be a little challenging right now because the energies that you are feeling is going to be a lot. It's going to be coming from all different directions. Okay, but you want to have courage in yourself, knowing that you have the power to defend your position, that you have the power to protect yourself, to protect your energy. Do not doubt yourself. Okay, and also have courage to say no when you mean no. Okay, and say yes when you mean yes, and let that be it as a complete statement. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. We have the Star coming out, or slow it down. Okay, it says guiding light, inspiration, faith, hope, miracles, infinite energy. Okay, yeah. This is why you all need to slow it down right now. Don't be so I'm hearing don't be too much in the world right now. Or more so of the world, that be in the world and not of the world. Okay? That's what that is given to me right now. But with this Star card, the Star card is about healing. Okay, it is about having hope and faith, but you are being guided right now, which is why, like I said, you're being called to slow it down. Okay, a lot of you all may be feeling a lot of loss. Okay, a lot of sorrow because of the things that you had to let go, because of things you had to shed. Okay, a lot of you all may just be feeling a little down and out about the lessons that you are currently learning. But you are going through a healing process, okay? And this is why you're being called to slow it down right now, because there's a lot that you need to process. There's a lot that you need to accept. There's a lot that you need to take inventory of, collect the data, understand, and overstand the things that you've experienced this whole year up until now, okay? You've experienced a lot of heartbreak. You've experienced a lot of heartache. You experienced a lot of loss. You experienced a lot of lessons that were tough. Like I said, a lot of you all experienced some hard pills to swallow, some truths about yourself, okay? Where you may have been in this energy of disappointment, where you disappointed in yourself, okay? But Spirit is saying it is time for a change, okay? It's time for you to pick your head up. For some of you all, you may be feeling called to change your hair. And if you are, this is the time to do it, to kind of come into this energy of rebirth, to kind of come into this energy of renewal. Our hair is also our antenna, okay? It stores a lot of energy. So a lot of you all may be feeling called to cut your hair. If you are feeling called to cut your hair, go ahead and heed that calling, because that is you releasing energy. Some of y'all may just be called to change your hair, to dye your hair color, to change the style, okay? That is a good indicator, so to speak, that you are going through a particular change, that you are shifting energies, okay? But you don't want to be in the sorrowful energy. You don't want to dwell in the past. You don't want to dwell in the things that you've lost, okay? You want to learn a lesson, pick your head up, and keep it moving. Have faith that the things that you experienced were for your highest good, okay? Yeah. Everything that you experienced this year, was for you to, one, gain your spark back, to take control over your power, to honor your power, to get your power back because you all were giving so much to other people, okay? But to rise in the consciousness, to rise in awareness so that you could begin a whole new reality. A lot of you all will be starting a whole new career. A lot of you all will be traveling and moving. But everything that you experienced this year, all the loss, all the lessons, all the pains, disappointments, were a part of the shedding process, the cleansing process for you to begin anew, okay? For you to come out of a self-imposed prison that you had yourself in, that was causing you frustration, anxiety, that was making you feel trapped within yourself, making you feel trapped within a karmic cycle, okay? But now, with this Wheel of Fortune, okay, I'm literally just pulling the cards from the bottom of the deck. The messages is coming, okay? With this Wheel of Fortune, this is the card of karma and destiny, okay? So you've cleared that karma, and now you're about to experience a major change that's going to be fortunate, one that is fated, one that is destined for you to happen because you embrace this energy of strength, okay? You have the courage to say no when no means no, to say yes when yes means yes, to choose yourself, to honor yourself, okay? And to tap into the energy of self-control, honoring yourself, respecting yourself, even saying no to yourself and yes to yourself, controlling lust, controlling laziness, okay? Controlling just giving yourself away to please other people, okay? And now you're coming into this lover's energy, love, harmony, union. But most importantly, the lover's card is all about coming into alignment, making the right choices that are for your highest good, okay? As you are tapping into this Queen of Swords energy, which is about strength, ambition, and truth. You're honoring your truth, cutting off any and everyone that does not serve you, being strict with your boundaries, ashe, okay, so that you can tap into this energy of Empress, tap into this energy of beauty, creating abundance, okay, so that you can begin a whole new reality with this Fool card, a whole new world, a whole new reality, okay? Oh, wait. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this changes, okay? But to simplify, okay, you are being called to slow it down right now because your energy is very potent, okay? You've healed a lot. You've purged a lot. You've experienced a lot. You've learned a lot, okay? And now your aura is shining brightly, which is why you're being called with the Seven of Wands to make sure that you protect your energy, preserve your energy, defend your position, because you are becoming the rising star in your reality, okay? You are becoming more and more popular, where people, like I said, is going to want to be pulling on your energy, is going to want to experience you. Newcomers and old comers. Newcomers and old comers, excuse me, are going to want to get a piece of you, okay? But all in all, continue to have faith in the Most High. Continue to have faith in your process. Continue to have faith in the journey that you are about to embark on. Because it is going to be one of miracles. It is going to be one of happiness. Okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this changes? Okay, Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this changes for the Divine Collective? Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords coming out, which says anxiety and worry. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which says intuition, compassion, creativity. Oh, excuse me. All right, we back. That that was intense. Anywho, okay, I'm good. So we have the Nine of Swords that is coming out, as well as the Queen of Cups. Okay, so this is the change, the major changes that are shifting, where you are no longer about to experience sleepless nights, okay, of worry, of anxiety about anything and anything in your life, anything and everything in your life, okay, whether this is work, whether this is your home, your environment, whether this is your job, whatever it is that kept you up at night, okay, you're switching from this energy of ruminating about the future, ruminating about the past, ruminating about the present, where you're about to tap into this energy of flow, okay? This energy of abundance, where you're going to be honoring, respecting, accepting, and stepping into your power, because you have learned that although it is important to be logical about the choices and decisions that you make, you're also understanding the balance between the masculine and feminine parts of your brain, which is the logic and creative side. And you're about to start flowing more into the creative side, into the feminine side of your brain, where you're able to use and harness the power that you have, the creative power that you have, the powerful energy that you have, accepting and stepping into this newfound version of yourself that is illuminating, that is magnetizing. Okay. You're about to learn how to flow with this energy, listen to your intuition, listen to the divine guidance, operating in faith. Okay. Knowing that the choices that you make will always be for your highest good, because you're operating in this energy of care, of compassion, of love for yourself and for others. Okay. You all are about to be sitting in this high and mighty energy, which you should, because you've gone through a lot, where you put other people before you, where you put other people's opinions and thoughts ahead of yours, where you made choices for yourself that were for the benefit of others and not yourself. And you're no longer operating in that energy, okay? You're about to shift and change how you operate, how you move, how you show up in this world, okay? You are operating in energy where you fill your own cup. You make yourself happy. You nurture yourself. You pour into yourself. You put yourself first, no matter what, which is going to bring about this beautiful energy that you will be able to give to others without depleting yourself, without losing yourself. Okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this intuition for the divine collective? Sorry, if you have headphones in or if you're listening in the car, I do apologize. I'm constantly clearing my throat and coughing in your ear. But like I said, I'm getting over a cold, going through a major purging process. It is what it is. I apologize. All right. The Ace of Swords. Okay. We have decision, change, success, and action. Okay. So what I love about the Ace of Swords coming out this intuition card is just letting me know that your intuition is cutting through a lot of bullshit. Your intuition is very sharp right now. Okay. Your intuition is coming through clear as day about the changes that are happening and that you are making and need to make, about the decisions that you need to make, about the actions that you need to take, okay? And that you will be successful, okay? There's no need for you to question, to doubt, to decipher what it is, the messages that you are receiving. They're coming through clear as day. The clarity is there. You just have to listen. Okay. But I love that for you all. You're no longer in this energy of wondering what it is you need to do. Okay. And that's simply because, like I said, you're no longer listening to outside sources. You're no longer listening to outside opinions, influences. Like you're really tapped in to yourself. You're feeling into your body, feeling into yourself, feeling what is true for you, feeling what it is that you want to create and going for it, no matter what that looks like to others, no matter how that makes others feel, and no matter how that affects other. Of course, you're not affecting other people negatively, and you're not being rude, okay, about how you're operating. But it's just like, I appreciate your opinion, but that's not for me. That's not how I'm going to operate or show up, okay? Because like I said, there's going to be a lot of people, newcomers and old comers, who are going to be trying to pull on your energy, telling you go this way, no, go that way, come do this with me, no, do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're listening to what they're saying. Well, you're hearing what they're saying, but you're not listening. You're continuously to stay focused on yourself and putting yourself first, which is allowing your intuition, which is allowing the clarity that is coming through for you, the guidance that is coming through for you to be clear and concise. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, because you know what it is that you're going towards. Okay, you know that there's prosperity on the other side of this door that you're walking through. Okay, on the other side of this bridge that you're traveling on. There's a solid new beginning that you are heading towards, and you can't drop the ball. You won't drop the ball. You will be successful because you're following your intuition. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is the synchronicity for the Divine Collective? Clarify the synchronicity for the Divine Collective. Thank you. We have the Page of Wands coming out. Okay. It says good news, communication. Yeah, like I said, everything is going to start in divine timing. Everything is going to align at the right time for you to receive it. The good news that you will receive about this new beginning will come in divine timing. Okay. The communications that you need to hear for everything to come into alignment is going to come at the right time. With this Ace of Swords, the clarity is always going to be there for you when to take that next step, when to make that next move. Okay. We have the Chariot and the Hierophant coming out. Okay. So this is letting it be known that the goals that you are going towards, okay, a lot of you all, again, with this Chariot card, traveling and moving. You are being called to travel and or to move, whether that's to move homes, move jobs, travel for work, go on vacation. Okay. Whatever that is, it will be communicated to you in divine timing. Okay. Where you will know when to take the next step and how to take the next step, especially with this Hierophant card. This is divine guidance, divine wisdom, knowledge. Okay. Making sure that you are adhering to your routines, to your traditions, to your rituals that are for your highest good. Okay. But you all are about to graduate as well. This is good news, letting it be known that you all are about to graduate because you have been doing the work to follow your divine guidance, been doing the work to stay on your journey, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it got, no matter how disappointed and sad, and no matter how many times you wanted to give up. You continue to move forward on your path. You continue to progress forward, to trust the process, no matter what it felt like, no matter what it looked like. Okay, you continue to stay committed and honored to your ascension, to your growth. Okay, and you all are about to graduate very quickly. For some of you all, like I said, you're going to experience this major change during the season. For some of you all, it's going to be during this spring season. Regardless of when it is, it's coming fairly quickly where you don't have to wait much longer to see the fruits of your labor. Okay. But good news is coming to you all. I see the King of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and we do have the Queen of Cups here on the board. For some of you all, this is a divine union that is coming into fruition that you don't quite yet see, or don't quite yet are aware of. For others, this is just clarifying how you are balancing out the feminine and masculine energy within you. Okay, for the King of Cups, it says charismatic, warm-hearted, intuitive, and empathetic. Okay, so still operating in your intuitive nature, making sure that you're moving on divine guidance, okay? But also being willing to give love as well as receive love. And feeling fulfilled, feeling whole while doing it. Again, not losing yourself in the process, okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this forgiveness for the divine collective? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this forgiveness? Thank you. We have the Hermit, healing, solitude, inner work. Yeah, this is definitely confirming, excuse me, what I was saying earlier about a lot of you all had to swallow the hard pill of certain behaviors, patterns, beliefs that you had of yourself, okay, where you're being called to forgive yourself. You learned what is true about you. You learned the things that you need to change. You learned the things that were harming you. You learned the things that you were doing that were self-sabotaging you, that were betraying you, putting you into situations that were jeopardizing your health, jeopardizing your wealth, okay, jeopardizing your life, jeopardizing your energy, jeopardizing your body, okay? But you've learned everything that you need to learn now. You've shed and released the things that you needed to shed and release, and you are healing the things that you need to heal so that you can experience this new reality with clarity, okay, with truth, with honesty, with integrity, so that you can be able to create the life that you want. Okay? So forgive yourself for, yeah, with the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Forgive yourself for operating in this energy. Okay, the Seven of Swords says theft, dishonesty. So betraying yourself, being sneaky, stealing from yourself, allowing others to steal from you, allowing others to deceive you, deceiving yourself, being dishonest with yourself, allowing others to be dishonest with you. Like, this is the energy that you all are moving out of. This is the energy that you all are forgiving, okay? Yeah, because you constantly had other people deceiving you, tricking you, stealing your energy, and you allowed it because you were willingly giving it. You were not doing what was necessary to defend your energy, to protect your energy. You were just giving it away freely, okay? And it was for you to trade. It was like you were trading yourself, bargaining yourself just to feel some type of sense of community, to feel some type of sense of joy, of abundance. You were outsourcing it instead of tapping into this energy of the star and the queen and insourcing it. You were seeking it outside of yourself, which was causing you a lot of pain, a lot of detriment. Okay. But now you're embracing uncertainty. You're about to operate in a whole new way where you're no longer going to be in this thievery energy, allowing people to take from you, to steal for you. With this bird holding this ring, you were allowing people to speak, because the bird is all about messages, okay? Speaking. The birds are omens of messengers. So you were allowing people to give you false promises, saying words and affirmations and things that sounded good, but they weren't actually doing the work or putting in the action to prove it to you. It's like you were operating this energy where you weren't letting people prove their worth to you. You were just accepting words, accepting false promises, allowing people to dangle things over your head, love bomb you, okay, future bomb you. Oh, this is what our future is going to be like, but not really showing the action in the here and now. Okay, you are allowing people to steal your joy, to steal your future. Some of you all had people who were trying to destiny swap with you because you were trusting them too much, telling them too much. Okay, we have the Orphan that flipped out with the unseen. Okay. I usually don't keep one, but I'm going to keep both. Okay. I feel like if I was just to intuitively read the messages here, okay, we do have the mentor at the bottom of the deck. If I was to intuitively read these messages, a lot of you all may have felt left out in the cold, may have felt abandoned in this year by a lot of people that you once loved, that you once cared for, that you once considered family, friends, okay? That you once really trusted, okay? But all of that, all of those experiences happened because Spirit heard the conversations that you did not hear. Spirit saw the things that you did not see and knew that these people were not for your highest good. These people were snakes in the grass. These people were essentially biting the hand that fed them, right? These people weren't good people for you and where it was that you were going. So they had to, Spirit had to show the truth of who these people were, how they were stealing from you, how they were betraying you, how they were deceiving you, okay? How they were just not the people that you needed to take on this next journey with you, okay? But we're going to read it just to see exactly what the card has. Okay, we have the Orphan, which is on page 71, and the Unseen, which is 115. Okay. So the Orphan, it says the wounded child, the abandoned, the beggar. When light, it says deep solace, deep acceptance, deep love. When dark, it says distant, hates and avoids, controlling and limiting. To study the Orphan is to study the deep and challenging energy of our time. We are ever more connected, yet face collective isolation. The refugee crisis haunts our planet. Children are separated from parents, and the earth begs for our attention. We are in a time of universal orphanage of nature, of each other, of our own hearts. Take refuge in the fact that we all share this core wound and dilemma. It is normal to fear this card as it haunts the caverns of the soul. When it appears, take time, real time, to be in the presence of the feelings this card stirs in you. Let it humble you. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you could imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. So, this is just emphasizing and giving a little bit more guidance on what to do in this moment of slowing down, of taking inventory, of collecting data, and really processing what it is that you've gone through. Also, really processing what it is that you learned about yourself with this forgiveness and this hermit card. Okay. What are you starving for? What is the deepest gift you can imagine giving to others? What has been rejected is quite possibly what is most needed, dear one. Okay. So really realizing how you rejected yourself, how you abandoned yourself, and thus how you allowed other people to reject and abandon you. Okay. What it is that you were neglecting to give yourself, how you were starving yourself. And you can also see it in others, how others were neglecting you and starving you. Like, really take this time to take inventory on how you are operating in this orphan energy. Okay, we're going to read the Unseen. It says, the spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. When light, clairvoyant guidance, whispers of wisdom. When dark, dark looming energy, unwillingness to forgive. Okay. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. Okay? It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers, okay? This is just clarifying and emphasizing this intuition card and this Queen of Cups, okay? Making sure that you are sitting still with this, slow it down and listening to the divine guidance that is coming near to you, okay? Like it said, the doorway between worlds is ajar. This is the embrace of certainty. As you see, these are two different worlds and one path that is being outlined and highlighted for you to take, okay? You're about to experience a whole new reality. So you need to make sure that you are listening, okay? With this page of wands of synchronicity and divine timing, God will give you the steps that you need to take. You just have to sit and listen. But the actions, the decisions is coming with clarity, okay? Because you are being divinely guided by your ancestors, by your spiritual team, okay? I also want to read the mentor at the bottom of the deck, which is coming right after the orphan. It says the teacher, the sage, the guru, okay? This is in alignment with the hermit card. That is, the hermit is the sage card, okay? It says when light, focused, clear, bright, remains a student. When dark, self-serving, envious of youth, righteous, rigid, it is said that cosmic knowledge pours down on the world like a great illuminated waterfall. This can be overwhelming. This can be an overwhelming force. The true teacher, though, is said to be able to hold this flow of wisdom at bay while the student sips from a focused stream. The mentor archetype has a gift for reading the room, for sensing the exact ingredient that will stimulate growth within the student, whether pleasant or painful. That's what I was saying earlier about how love can also be painful, okay? The mentor may appear aloof or available, harsh or tender, humorous or rigid. Their gift is to know what serves the soul. Ultimately, the mentor is in service of the greater cosmic good and aids in the elevation of consciousness. Anytime the mentor forgets this humble link and mistakes themselves for the source of enlightenment, the archetype falls into shadow. Okay. I feel like ultimately that is the journey that you all are going on right now, is just remembering that we are always teachers and students at the same time. We learn a lot to be able to guide and help others, but we also are constantly learning lessons to continue on our journey of ascension. Okay. But at the end of the day, um, you all are about to embark on a whole new journey, a whole new reality. And you're being called right now to slow down, don't look back, and take heed to the messages that are coming in for you all, okay? This reading was already extremely long, so I'm going to leave it here. That's the reads for the day, and I have nothing else left to say. Sending you all love and light. Again, I apologize for all of my coughing and sounding completely congested. If you stuck it through this reading, congratulations to you, because you really listened and adhered and received some very divine guidance and messages for this time coming up. And I'm wishing you so much success. All right. If you can, like the video if you haven't liked already. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. I'd love to have you. Leave a comment below. Let your girl know any of your thoughts or resonations that you may have felt. And I'll catch you all in the next reading. Peace.